Hello, welcome to the video. Today we want to take a look at my best team for the Fantasy Cup. This was my favorite team the last time this cup was available. I played this team again and honestly it was absolutely amazing. Would so much recommend you to try this team out. It is so good. We're going to have here the Perrserker as our lead, running Trailblaze plus Close Combat, giving you coverage against the entire meta. I don't think there's an entire, any Pokemon actually that can really deal with this moveset. We're going to have here the Close Combat hitting against the first opponent, Thackery here, getting them low. And in the back we're going to have a double water fairy line. This team maybe can struggle a little bit against something like a Magnezone, but anything else is going to be fine. Magnezone is quite a rare sight right now because there are quite a lot of ground-type Pokemon, like that Flygon. Flygon, by the way, is one of the worst possible Pokemon to actually encounter for this team as well, because, well, our backline is supposedly being fairy-type Pokemon. They don't run Charm, and so it is quite a neutral matchup, I would say. It's not really an ideal matchup for both of them. Honestly, Flygon is so good in this meta, it's kinda mad. We're going to have a Giratina against us, which is a Pokemon we can deal with for sure. We can let the move go through, it's going to be a Shadow Ball. And as you're gonna see here, we can now go for our Play Rough, try to get the final shield from the opponent, as we then can swap back into our Perrserker, trying to get some damage with that Shadow Claw, and try to boost our own attack with the Trailblaze. We don't have Foul Play here, which is a little bit annoying. But they swap out into the Flygon, allowing us to go for that big close combat, getting that knockout, and honestly, I don't know why, but the opponent decides to forfeit. Fairly certain the opponent definitely still a play there of winning the battle, but I will take it. What I also will take is the lead against the Wigglytuff. Having only resisted moves against us is going to be great. We're going to go straight for that close combat to do tremendous amounts of damage against them and swap out now into our Tapu Fini, which can take also the moves because Ice Wind is going to be resisted. And yeah, both this Arming Voice as well as Swift are not going to do too much damage anyway. And we're going to bait out the opponent's Thackery. And now Thackery is going to have to deal later on against our Steel-type lead. And also all the charge moves are going to be resisted, which is going to be quite lovely. So we're in a solid spot here right now. We can go ahead and go for a Surf, try to get the shield here, which does work out quite well. And as we will see here as well, we can swap back out into our Perrserker, letting the move go through. Expecting actually just a Sky Attack here because, yeah, we still have 2 shields left, and for them, they can go now for another charge move, and like for them, it's just a little bit easier to go for a double Sky Attack, which I think is the correct play by the opponent as well. We have a lot of lag still here. This is not gonna be gone. Like, lag is still going to exist here throughout all the gameplay because it is what it is. But at least we're going to have a lot of fun here and a lot of success with this team. Again, if you have those Pokemon, I would really recommend you to try this team out, as here we're going to be able to definitely win. We have a close combat stored. We just have to go for 1 Hydro Pump, and that is going to be game then because the opponent for sure is in close combat range, and we would be able to do enough damage anyway with the Hydro Pump. And so yeah, the opponent sets the forfeit and we can move on to the next one. Empoleon in the lead, honestly, I like it when they're Shadow, because when they're Shadow we actually should be able to win this matchup in the 2-shield scenario going straight Trailblaze. Like this is going to be a little bit tricky, but they swap on into the Goodra, allowing us to go into our Germnaa. Here's the thing, Thunder Punch is going to be super effective, and so that can be a little bit of a scarier matchup, but I feel like we're still going to be fine here, as we have Play Rough, which is also going to be super effective, but also a stab move, and so we should be in a solid spot. We're gonna be able to hit this move as well, and now I just have to hope and pray that I can go for the full bubble down against that Goodra. They should be kind of fine here, hopefully. Let's see, no, they're still surviving, I can still get to another charge move, but there's no way I can invest another shield here, but we still survive with 1 HP because it was the awkward heal, and so Hydro Pump is going to try to hit that Empoleon here for some resisted damage, but look at the damage, it did still quite a lot of that. And so we're gonna see here in the back the Wigglytuff, and what we will do is we're gonna try to get the shields from the opponent, going for 1 Trailblaze, getting the shield from the opponent, going for a close combat here, trying to get another shield or a ton of damage onto them. We're gonna get the shield and we can swap out into our Tapu Fini, which hopefully is going to be able to retaliate against that thing. We try to go for the Nature's Medicine time, but they can reach their charge move, which is going to be the Icy Wind, which is a smart move by them. Because like this, they're gonna get more charm damage in, which is exactly what they kinda want. But we're gonna get the defense drop against them, so like basically everything is the same now again. But they can still farm me down here. They swap onto the Empoleon, and our play is to just go for the full farm down, as we're going to get denied here by a fast move from all the lag that we had here just now. We're still going to be fine, so we can go for the full farm down, go for a close combat and knock them out. They decide to forfeit anyway, and we can move on to the next opponent, which is going to run the Shadow variant of the Flygon in the lead, forcing us to swap out straight away into our Tapu Fini. Tapu Fini can take a move here for sure, but still Scorching Sands is going to basically come out guaranteed as a first move, and it's a very strong move to go up against, so I'd rather stay in here, rather go for one Nature's Madness, try to drop the opponent's defense, then try to go for another one as well, as I can take a Play Rough from the opponent for sure here. This is going to do still some decent damage, but we can go for another Nature's Madness, drop the opponent's defense even further, and we should be in a solid spot. Let's see how this is gonna go. It is going to get them quite low, and we can try to go for the full water gun down. Let's see how this is going to work out for us. This is going to be a player coming through, and we can try to go for some extra energy onto our Perrserker. Knowing that they're going to go back into that Flygon, I decided to swap out into my Azumarill. And here's one thing about Shadow Flygon, which is good for us, is that it's not the bulkiest Pokemon. So what you see here already is that Bubble is chunking quite a bit from the opponent's health. They swap onto the Skarmory, which is an okay matchup for us, but we're still in a very tough spot, as that Hydro Pump is going to hit. We're going to get some nice damage onto them. We are going to try to go ahead and go for another Play Rough against them here as well. But we're in a very tough spot right now. Let's see if we can still come back from it. We're going to actually get some more damage onto them, which I did not expect, and they go for a Chart Move, and that is quite delicious for us, because like this we can swap out, keep our Azumarill even, and I can go for a Trailblaze. I can let them move go through. This is the best play that I can go for. It's going to be the Sky Attack, and I can go for the Trailblaze, trying to force another shield from them, or like the first shield from them, or get the knockout here. I get the knockout, and now it's down to the Flygon, and we can just farm them down. I know what the opponent did there, but have fun with those two shields there. Shadow Empoleon is going to be a way better matchup for me, because I rely on fast move pressure, and fast move pressure is quite more when the opponent is going to be Shadow. I really would like to see also Shadow Perrserker, by the way, eventually, but we have to see if Niantic ever going to release Pokemon as a Shadow variant. I think it would be a very cool Pokemon, just because of the insane amount of coverage this Pokemon has, and also, of course, the nice fast move of Shadow Claw. Hydrocan coming through here, going to swap out into the Azumarill, which is going to be quite a lovely matchup for us. We have the super effective Trailblaze, going to be able to hit one of them. We can go for another Trailblaze now as well. There should be an Ice Beam at this point, which most people don't run in this meta. And we can just knock them out anyway. We had +2 attack. What do they want to do next? They have a shield advantage still. They're going to have that Flygon there, which we can try to retaliate against as well with our Tapu Fini. As said before, this matchup is actually not as ideal, because as we will see here, Scorching Sands is going to put us even into range where one Dragon Claw is very likely going to be enough damage after a few more mud shots, and so we're going to try our best here. Still, we try to reach another serve. Can we do this in time? Let's see. The opponent did not mess up here and go for a CMP tie. That is going to knock us out, and we have to go into our Azumarill. We have no shields on either side, so that's going to be kinda a difficult one in general, as they're gonna go for another Scorching Sands here against us. We can let the move go through, and we can see if we have to swap out. Yes, we have to swap out, but I'm going to actually overfarm by a bit, expecting the opponent to go for a charge move here, and I think I can go for the full farm down against the opponent. But I was a bit scared that they would have still a move on that, Flygon, and sadly they can still go for a Drill Peck, so we're definitely in Dragon Claw range, but they don't have a Dragon Claw, so we can win this battle, and we can move on to the next one. Let's see what they're going to run. We're going to have the Sensor here in the lead, which is going to be quite a neutral scenario. We have Close Combat, which knocks them out, of course, and they have Drill Run, which knocks us out. We're going to kind of need the same amount of pacing for that one, but we swap out anyway. Take a Drill Run here, and we see the Azumarill swapping in, trying to go for a cheeky catch there onto the potential serve, but they still get hit by that, Nature's Madness, which is going to be quite nice. And so we can just go ahead, go for the no shield, see that it's a nice beam, and go for that Trailblaze to try to take advantage of the opponent's Azumarill, trying to get some extra energy here, and try to go for the full farm down now. And we can do exactly this. We have another Close Combat start. They swap out actually into the Turtonator, and we make a little bit of a mistake here by staying in. Should have very likely just swapped out straight away. But it is what it is. They would have been locked in for a little bit longer. But the Sandwich is coming back in, and we're looking kinda good here still, because the opponent should be in a range where I can go for the full farm now, I think. But they are going to play it quite nice here. I'm going to be forced to use another shield Drill Run coming through. Can we go for the full farm down? Let's see here. We cannot, and that can actually be crucial. Or can it? It depends. Because what people have to run here is usually Overheat plus Dragon Pulse. But I even see some people running the move of Flash Cannon now, which would be a little bit annoying. What I decided to do here is I tried to catch a move onto my other Pokemon, which did not work out, and so they can go for the Overheat and knock me out. Good game there, badly played by me. Actually, I just had to do a shortcut because there was a battle in there, which was actually in the Open Great League. This happened to me 3 times. I actually accidentally went to the Open Great League 3 times with this team, so be careful while trying to do this cup. Yeah, like there were like 3 times where I was actually going to the Open Great League with this team. Two of them are lost and one of them are won, but of course I tried to get rid of all of those battles here for today because we don't have to take a look at the Open Great League with a team that is not designed for that league. Anyway, we're going to be able to go ahead and go for a surfing against the opponent's Registeel, which we're going to now take a charge move from as well. It is going to be that focus blast, as we can try to go ahead and go into our Perrserker, trying to go for that close combat to knock them out. Let's see if this is going to work out for us, or it is not going to work out for us, as they're going to use a shield, but this should put us into a position where we can fully farm them down. But they swap out into that Flygon. I can catch that move, hoping for a Dragon Claw here after we are debuffed, but it's going to be a Scorching Stance, which is going to be way better for them, but we should be able to go for the full farm down against the opponent here. Hopefully this is going to be quite a difficult one to achieve. Let's see here, we're gonna see the attack drop coming through, and this can be actually quite annoying for us, as I can now go for a Dragon Claw. They're not knocking me out, and I would have been able to get out of here with a move stored still, and this would have been completely different because I could have just went ahead and went for that Hydro Cannon or Hydro Pump there, but because of the debuff of Scorching Sands, the entire game is different now. I'm forced to go for another Trailblaze here, hoping for the best against the opponent's Germnaa, hoping that they would use a shield here, which they do. Now they're definitely in close combat range, but they swap out into the Registeel and have no chance. The next opponent here is going to be Homesize Henry, short steel as well. Let's see how this is going to go ahead. We're going to be able to go ahead and go for that Trailblaze against the opponent. Let's see if this is going to work out. This is going to actually connect here and do some nice damage. Maybe they don't know about Perrserker. Let's find out if they know about Perrserker, as you're going to see a Perrserker swapping in. So I would imagine that they very likely know about the moveset. So we're going to be able to go ahead and go for a close combat, which does not work out as they use a shield, and we have forced to swap out here as well to take also a Trailblaze. So yeah, it's kind of like a mirror matchup, but like the other way around. We are going to be able to go for a Surf here, which is gonna knock them out, and in comes the Flygon, which is gonna go for the full farm down against us, as we gonna try to go ahead into our Azumarill. Azumarill can take those hits, but it's not going to be a nice matchup for us. They still have a little bit of the Tapu Fini left, they still have that Flygon left, they have a ton of energy on this Pokemon as well, and my hope here is currently that I can somehow win with my Perrserker. But let's see if this is going to work. We can swap out here and try to go for the full farm down, but they decide to go ahead and go for that extra Dragon Claw, as we will be able to see the Tapu Fini coming in, and we're gonna get farmed down, and so that is going to be game over. We're going to lose this battle. Or are we? I think they had the Dragon Claw. I think they said to me as well in DMs that they had the Dragon Claw actually stored, and they should have went for it. But yeah, good games there still. Very, very close one, like very similar teams as well. Anyway, we're going to have here in the back the opponent with the Azumarill. That's going to be quite a decent matchup for us. Let's see how this is going to go for us. We're going to be able to use a shield against that Play Rough and try to go for another Trailblaze against them. This is going to do some super effective damage and hopefully going to knock them out as well. It does, and so we're going to be in a spot now where we can actually do some nice damage as well. And use no shield here actually. I'm just deciding to swap out. As the opponent goes for a drill run, very likely here we can catch that move with our Tapu Fini, doing a lot of fast move pressure with a water gun, trying to reach that surf. It's not going to work out for us, but I might actually no shield this one. Oh, that's going to be quite a bit of a crazier play, as now Azumarill very likely gonna come in, trying to get some extra energy on this Pokemon. Now it's down to whatever they're going to have in the back. Can we still win this battle with our Azumarill and our lead of the Perrserker? Let's find out. It's going to be that Flygon in the back. There's still definitely a chance because we have a close combat stored, and so we just have to reach another Play Rough, and as they're going to be the non-shadow variant, we're going to be able to definitely withstand this next move, as I will try to go for one more Play Rough here, trying to get some more bubble damage in, because I'm fairly certain this is going to matter quite a bit, as a close combat should not be enough to knock them out from this range. So let's see if this is going to work out. It is just barely not going to be enough, as I decide to let the move go through. Hope that Azumarill can win this battle for me. Let's see if this is going to be the case. It is going to be the case. Oh, is it? Yeah, we can still win this one with a 1 HP and a dream. And this is going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. And if you did, feel free to leave a like, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.